Hi guys, so this reading will be for Aquarius for the month of April. If this reading doesn't resonate, check your rising, moon, or Venus sign, okay? There may be messages for you there. Other than that, I hope you guys are doing well. All right, Aquarius for April. Breathe. So just this sense of inner peace and balance, and just remembering to breathe and take things as they come, being centered, being present, okay? Just kind of this deep knowing that everything happens for a reason. That's the main sense that I'm getting with these. Everything happens for a reason. Being centered and present because you know things are happening as they should. Whether or not that's what's reflected internally, this is what you're feeling internally. Just this sense of deep knowing. See, this one got left on the table. Yeah, illumination. It's like you're seeing things clearly. Even if it's not reflected externally yet, there's just like this sense of inner peace. Like just this sense of deep knowing. It's like you're seeing things as they are. Seeing things as they are and being at peace with them. Again, regardless of what's going on externally. That's like a message that keeps coming through. But this is what you're feeling internally, okay? Yeah, you know it's going to start shifting. See how this unicorn is like going through the gateway, going through the portal? It's like you feel this internally, but you haven't been able to see it reflected externally yet. But there's like this sense of knowing that it will, that it's going to happen, that it's going to manifest in your life. It's like you figured out as within, so without. And so like you managed to harness that internally, and you know that's what's going to be reflected externally, okay? I get the sense it hasn't happened yet, but it's like you know that it will. It's like you figured out a life secret or something. That's the sense I'm getting with like the energy of this reading. It's like a very like empowering feeling, like you figured out a life hack or something like that. Yeah, you figured out a life hack for how you feel internally is what will be reflected externally, right? And just focusing on that sense of self-love, just breathing, being present, focusing on self-love, and you know that's what will be returned to you. There's this deep knowing for that, okay? I get the sense that externally you're still seeing some of these cycles, okay? These never-ending cycles, but you know it will shift. So you may be spending a lot of time alone right now until you see some of these miracles starting to manifest in your life, but you know it's coming because you've achieved that balance within, okay? You may also just be feeling like your heart chakra is opening up a little bit. So you may be getting these like periods of being overwhelmed with the heart chakra opening. And it does kind of take you back when that's happening initially, right? It's can be a little bit overwhelming when the heart chakra starts to open up and you become overwhelmed with those emotions, that angel of love. Where was it? I don't know. You saw it when I showed you, right? The interconnectedness of all things and just that unconditional love. It's very powerful and very empowering. So you may be getting like bursts of these emotions. Okay, Aquarius. You're at a crossroads right now, but also I'm seeing this is exactly what I was saying. You're feeling a certain way internally, but you haven't been able to see it reflected externally, but you still know it's coming. So you're just kind of like at this road. Let me see. There's a world of possibilities in front of you. And so in the recent past, I get the sense like when your heart space starts to open, it opens up all these possibilities, and you may not feel like you know what way to go at this time, but you know that there are infinite possibilities. You were like illuminated on this fact. But I get the sense you're okay with it. Like there's no negative, sorry, spring break, so there's a lot of activity in the house today. I get the sense that you're like okay with no matter what happens, you're at peace with it. There's like no negative energy attached to this card at all. Yeah, you're aware of all of it. You're aware that what you're manifesting internally will start to be reflected externally, and you're just kind of sitting back waiting. You're like, I know it's gonna happen. And this is a strength. Again, the message I'm getting from this card right now is empowered. You're in a very powerful place in this energy, Aquarius. Follow the leader. You know it will happen. Again, it's just, maintaining this internally and working on your manifestations. It will be reflected. It will follow suit. That's how I'm taking this. How you feel internally will be reflected externally. It will follow suit. You're very empowered. It was something you were manifesting and like hoping or praying for. And I feel like you achieved like a huge step on that part of your journey. And how I also see this is what I was saying, like you trust that, everything happens for a reason. Here, the figure, and this is at the heart of the reading, has two paths in front. You know that whatever path you take will be the correct path. You're trusting in like your internal intuition because you're in this very like empowered state at this time. It's like you figured out a life hack. That's what I was saying, right? It's like whatever path I choose is going to be the correct path. I was like, I've sensed no negative energy from this card at all, and they're confirming yes. You're in tune with your intuition because you're centered and balanced within. You know that it will be reflected externally. Let's get a spirit animal. Yeah, you've surrendered to the process and you're being patient with the process. It'll be reciprocated back to you to be reflected externally. Okay, you've surrendered. And also taking that leap of faith. The surrender is a leap of faith. It's like a trust fall. You did the trust fall with the omniverse. As I was saying that, trust in the magic, white raven spirit. Exactly. I have to take that one. Because you can't make this shit up, you guys. Spirit has your back. Eagle spirit. As I was saying that, right? This card was in the middle when I cut the deck. You did a trust fall. You did a trust fall. Trust in the magic because you know that that's what will be reciprocated to you. Excellent reading, Aquarius. Let's see. Let's do this deck. 10 of Cups, complete emotional fulfillment. You really can't make this stuff up, you guys. And Queen of Cups. So by listening to your intuition and leading from your heart space, all recurrent themes since the beginning of the reading, this is the trust fall for that complete emotional fulfillment. 10 of Cups. It's like you have no doubt that this is what's coming to you. The world again. The world is literally in your hands. You know it. This is a very, very powerful reading, Aquarius, because you trusted the process. You did that trust fall. 8 of Coins. You've been working on it. In the recent past, this is under breathe. This is what you've been working on. Maintaining that inner endogenous environment. You probably haven't started to see it reflected exogenously or externally at this time, but you know that this work is what it's you will start to see it reflected externally soon. Justice, exactly. The scales, balance. Justice will be brought to you for having the courage to do that trust fall, right? Libra energy. There's just been a huge, like, you've had a huge insight. It's like that life hack brought a lot of balance that I was talking about as within, so without. It's like you figured it out, and it's brought a lot of balance to your life and has helped illuminate a lot of things and just given you this inner peace with this like deep inner knowing. You broke a major cycle in the recent past. Major. It was a huge step for you. It's a very empowering feeling. Star. At the heart of the reading. So not only about healing, hope, and renewal and things being written in the stars, but this is you, Aquarius. Again, as I was saying, complete peace about whatever this decision is, or you're like all these options opening up in front of you. This is the work that you've been doing on healing for yourself, right? Because this is your card at the heart of the reading with all these paths opening up before you. And you know that your intuition is going to guide you in the right way because you did that trust fall. This is incredible. Yeah, the Sun. This is the path that you're following. Happiness, joy, success, victory, all the good vibes. This is where you're headed. If it's not based in this, you're like, Because you know that all these experiences have been for this. You had a tough time in the past. It's not reflected in this reading, but it's definitely here. Because even in the recent past energy of this, it was like you getting that balance within. You know that this is in the upcoming energy. It's like you know that's what's going to be reflected to you. There's going to be illumination on what path to choose. You're not worried about it at all. You stepped into your energy big time. Seven of Wands. This is about how I was saying you were stepping into your power. This is overcoming all odds. Seven of Swords. Rising above. Trust in the magic. You're rising above those never-ending cycles that you were in before. You broke the cycle, right? By rising above and trusting, and it's being returned to you tenfold. And then overall energy, Five of Wands. You're done with that conflict again, with that never-ending story, that drama. And also how I was saying, even though you've mastered this within, or not mastered, but you definitely have a grasp on it at this time on your path, right? You figured out this life hack. There's still drama reflected externally. It hasn't begun to be reflected externally, but it will. It will. So this is also saying rise above the drama, right? Five of Wands, drama and rising above all that conflict, what's happening externally. You broke a major cycle, and now you're just kind of sitting back with this deep knowing that the omniverse is going to reciprocate back to you soon. Cool reading. I love readings like this. All right, let's do Divine Awakening of the Soul. Yeah, you're in this state of enlightenment internally. And remember how I was specifically talking about the heart space opening, and you're getting these bursts of that unconditional love, and it can be overwhelming at times, right? But also the lotus flower has to grow through the mud to bloom on the surface. And I feel like that's definitely a repeated theme in this reading with the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands, rising above that conflict, rising above. You've definitely figured this out, despite what's going on around you. That's been a recurrent theme since the beginning of the reading, and it's because of this Ace of Cups, that complete love for self, right? Ace of Cups is like your own cup is so full that it's pouring over. It's like your cup is full on your own. You're still waiting for it to be reflected externally, but it will happen. But also how I was talking about that unconditional love for self, and how it can be overwhelming at times, right? When your heart chakra is opening, you go through these like bursts of like, where it'll bring you to tears, where you're feeling so much unconditional love for everything. That's definitely occurred for you recently or soon. Yeah, you find your inner strength. Again, that rising above, right? That rising above. And how I was saying, it's very like empowered feeling. That's this too. And also how I was saying, you stepped into your power, right? It's not over yet, okay? Warning of events to come. It's not over yet. There's still this drama externally, but you're gonna rise above it because you're in your power. Yep, and it's there so that it can show you what still needs to be detoxed and purged. This is the purpose of that external conflict still. It hasn't begun to reflect externally. That was the sense I was getting from the minute I pulled this card, right? Time to reset. That's what this is, the justice, the balance, the scales. It will balance out from internally to externally. It just takes time, but you have it internally. Yeah, stagnation, daydreaming at the bottom. Okay, that's under indecision and the star. So you're kind of like daydreaming about all these paths that have opened up for you. But with you and your power, it's like, you know that you can get there no matter what. It's like that, oh shoot. What was that? Anyway, it's like that deep inner knowing, right? Like, you know that you can get there no matter what. You're just kind of dreaming about all the possibilities, right? But you're in your power. So you're not even, I get the sense you're not worried about it at all. You definitely did that trust fall. There's still this around you. There's still this around you, that conflict, right? Karmic soul triggers, and it's there to detox and purge still. It's still a process. It's an ongoing process, but you made a huge, you like broke a huge cycle and made huge progress recently. But there's still some of this to deal with in the upcoming energy. And yeah, offering heart and soul. How I'm taking this is not in terms of relationship, okay? I'm actually taking this in with you, your heart space opening. See how it's the hand opening and the heart space coming out, and where it's like those overwhelming periods where you're getting these like bursts of unconditional love. It's there, it's just getting rid of the other stuff that's blocking it. That's our natural state. You're getting back to your natural state of this. Your heart space continues to open. This has been a huge gateway for you. Okay, a huge step, a huge like milestone on your path. This was like a huge breakthrough. All right, so that's excellent, Aquarius. I hope that's helpful for the month of April, and I will check in with you next month. Bye.